what your inspiration was for the series.
In terms of setting, what happens when I'm writing a book is that I tend to be working on a project at the time that I get the idea.
Yep.
So when I get the idea, between getting the idea and writing the book, it's usually quite a lot of time, like years worth of time. And my children were very small when I first got the idea for Moorehawke, and we were on holiday in the south of France. And we went to visit Leonardo da Vinci's home, the place where he lived when he was a very old man. He lived in Italy for most of his life, but he spent the last couple of years of his old age in France. And we went to visit there, and there's a Leonardo da Vinci museum. And my husband and the kids were in the Leonardo da Vinci museum, but I went out into the garden because it was so hot. And I was sitting on a garden bench, and when I looked around, there was a kitten sitting right beside me, staring at me, and I thought, you look like you've something to tell me. And from that minute, the Moorehawke story started to grow, but it was really, I think because my children were so young, it started off really as a children's adventure story. And so it was quite light. It was about a carpenter's daughter and a missing prince and a ghost in an avenue, and perhaps a weapon that had been made and hidden. But I was working on a science fiction graphic novel at the time. And so I put it aside for a long time. And when I took it out, I think of the stories as being in my head in boxes. And when I took it out of the box, the Moorehawke story, and I looked at it, it had changed completely. It had changed into this kind of very complicated, very bloody, sort of darkly political story. And I was a little unsure as to whether or not I was ready to start it. And I said to myself, I'll give it 2 pages. I'll start writing 2 pages, and if I like it, I'll keep going. And 18 months later, I had the entire trilogy written. It just all came out in a big blast like that. And so that
3 books in 18